Around the world, Spanish is the official language of 21 countries such as Spain, Mexico, and many countries in the Caribbean and South America. These days, over 483 million people have Spanish as their mother tongue, which makes Spanish the second most spoken language in the world after Mandarin Chinese. Also, the Spanish-speaking population is rapidly increasing, especially in the United States. Experts estimate that there will be more than 530 million Spanish speakers by 2050, and in 2060, the United States will be the second Spanish-speaking country after Mexico. April 23rd is National Spanish Language Day, which is recognized by the United Nations to raise awareness about the history, culture, and use of Spanish as an official language. April 23rd has selected by the United Nations in order to honor the prominent Spanish author and poet Miguel de Cervantes Saavedra. The National Spanish Language Day commemorates the day of Cervantes' death on April 23, 1616. Miguel de Cervantes is the most prominent novelist, playwright, and poet in Spanish literature. He is the writer of Don Quixote, which has been translated into more than 60 languages around the world. Cervantes was born near Madrid in 1574 to a poor Spanish doctor. In 1570, he became a soldier and fought against Turks in the Battle of Lepanto. In 1575, his brother and he got kidnapped by pirates and were sold as slaves. When he came back home in 1605, he published the first part of Don Quixote. Despite the great success of Don Quixote, Cervantes couldn't instantly become wealthy because authors didn't receive royalties for their works at that time. After publishing many works such as The Travels of Pericles and Sigismunda and Don Quixote Part 2, Cervantes died on April 23, 1616. Don Quixote is the adventures of El Sono Quixano, a novel from La Mancha. After reading tons of chivalric romance, he becomes obsessed with chivalrous ideas and decides to become a knight to serve his nation under the name of Don Quixote de la Mancha. The story is divided into two parts, El Ingenioso Hidalgo Don Quixote de la Mancha and El Ingenioso Caballero Don Quixote de la Mancha. In the first part, Don Quixote gets into adventures with Sancho, who is persuaded by him to act as his squire, although others mocked his journey. Part 1 includes the famous windmill battle scene in which Don Quixote mistakes windmills as giants and tries to fight with them. After experiencing similar ridiculous battles, Don Quixote returns to his home by the persuasion of his hometown barber and priest. In Part 2, a book about Don Quixote gets famous, and the Duke and Duchess who read that story invite Don Quixote to their castle. Treating him like a noble knight, however, the Duke and Duchess mock Don Quixote. Eventually, Don Quixote and Sancho leave the castle and have a battle with the Knight of the White Moon, who is a student from La Mancha in disguise. As defeated in the battle, Don Quixote returns to home and renounces chivalry as foolish fiction and dies. Don Quixote is celebrated as great literature because it saturates the repetitive patterns of old knight stories, implies that individuals can be right while society is wrong, and accurately portrays the Spanish life of the moment. Today we learned some fun facts about Spanish, Miguel Cervantes, and Don Quixote. I hope you guys enjoyed this short video from the National Spanish Honor Society. To celebrate the National Spanish Language Day, why don't we speak our greetings in Spanish for today? Gracias por escuchar. Adiós.